Hey friends. Yeah, we're doing free readings tonight. Donations take priority. I just want to let you guys know, I don't know how long I'm going to be on tonight. I have been, the last time I went live was, I think, Tuesday night. And I remember getting off there saying I wasn't feeling very well. Well, I got sick. And Wednesday, I wasn't feeling too hot. Called out of work on Thursday. And my sister told me Thursday night that she was exposed to COVID, and I saw her on Sunday. And I don't know if she has it or not, and I'm feeling a lot better today. So I really don't think that I have it, but it's kind of a coincidence that I got sick. So anyway, I'm not feeling my best. And just kind of low energy, but overall, I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. I just wanted to let you guys know that if my voice goes out or something crazy happens or I gotta get off, it's just because I'm kind of low energy today. Yeah, but I am feeling a lot better. So I'm pretty sure it's not COVID. I'm pretty sure it's just like if you're a normal run-of-the-mill cold or whatever, but we're waiting for her results to come back just to see, just to make absolute sure. Hello, my moderators. Hey, Luna Moon. Hey, Peach.
Oh.
Thanks, everybody. The funny thing is, my sister, she's totally fine. Like, she has no symptoms really at all. She just was exposed by a coworker. So we don't even know if she has it or not, or if she could just be asymptomatic and spreading it around. So we have no idea. So anyway, we're just kind of playing the waiting game. So thank you everybody for joining us. Since I had to call out of work on Thursday, any donations that you guys provide is much appreciated. But of course, I'm doing free readings because I love you guys and I value you and I appreciate you guys helping my channel. So let's go ahead and get started since it's 4:20 my time. All right. So we're going to take a look at the questions here. Just remember, free readings are not going to be as in-depth. And if you donate, the more you donate, the more in depth we go. $2 minimum. Donations take priority. And I got a couple new decks for Christmas that my boyfriend let me dig into a little bit early. So there are 3 new decks here that I might be working with tonight. I haven't had a chance to really dive in, but I'd like to get some use out of them. So let's just take a gander here at the questions we've got. Thank you everyone for posting your questions. Not overloading the chat, but a few times so I can try to keep up. Oh, sorry guys. I had a private reading before this, so I forgot to put the donation link across the screen. Alright, so Donations banner. All right, you guys should be able to see everything now. All right, Mari wants to know what are S's current feelings. What are S's current feelings for Mari? Thanks, Breezy. All right, S's current feelings for Mari. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck. We got some romantic feelings. Maybe there's some healing going on though, because I did see the 3 of Swords underneath there. I feel like this person feels very aligned with you. That you guys have a lot of common interests, beliefs, values, something along those lines. They feel like they can identify with you very well. And there is definitely more romantic undertone of energy versus platonic. So if you're looking for wanting to know if this person has feelings for you that are of the romantic kind, that is what I'm feeling as the overall underlying energy. With the 8 of Wands, I feel like communication could be coming in pretty soon, whether that means that you decide to reach out or they decide to reach out to you. But I feel like when this connection happens, it's going to require some engaging, either on your part, their part, both of you guys together. The 8 of Pentacles indicates working hard on something. So it's indicating that when you guys come together, that it's going to take effort and it's going to take the 8 of Pentacles is where you guys are working hard on something to create something that you can be proud of. It's going to take a lot of engagement, involvement, working hard, that kind of thing. But I feel like an offer is going to be made of some sort with the Ace of Pentacles. So when you ask, does he want to rekindle love? I feel like there's something here happening. We've got some movement. We have some incoming action, offers, working on something to come together. And then the underlying energy here is the 2 of Cups. This is about relationships, attraction, coming together in relationships. So if you guys are exes, though, there's some healing going on here from the past. If not, there's some kind of loss that we're healing from, painful separation of some sort that we're working through. But I think we have some forward movement, Mari. So that is what I have for you. Breezy donated. So Breezy, what is your question? Hello, Julie J. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I can see that that's rough patches right there at the surface because it's right there underlying the energy at the bottom of the deck. But all very positive for you, Mari. Oh, thank you, Mari. You're a beautiful soul. So Breezy wants to know, what are my ex Jay current feelings towards me? There's still no communication because I blocked everything and changed my number, so he's been calling my mom's phone. He's currently in a new relationship. Oh my goodness. Okay. Jay's current feelings for Breezy. Well, let's see. Crazy. His current feelings are why won't he's not able to communicate with you because we have the Page of Cups, which is all about messages coming in. So I feel like I think that something inside of him makes him feel like you guys are just connected in some divine way, like you guys are karmic or something like that. And he's trying to find a way to stay connected with you because we have the Page of Cups. There's some heartache here. I don't know if you caused the heartache or if he caused the heartache, heartbreak, some kind of painful separation here between the two of you, but it's on his mind. Pretty heavy. I feel like the feelings are pretty grounded and unmoving. I feel like this person just doesn't want to shift how they feel about you. With the King of Pentacles, this is someone who's pretty set in their ways. Once they've made their mind about something, they're kind of there and that's it. And there's no kind of changing their mind about things. We have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is kind of fixed in their position as well. It can kind of mean that you're trying to have a new perspective about something. But up against the King of Pentacles, I just kind of feel like the Hanged Man is just someone who's kind of in suspension and they're just unmoving. So as far as his feelings towards you, I feel like he just feels like this warmth, this you kind of provide like this fun energy, this loving energy. I think honestly, maybe he just always thought of you as someone that would be there at the end. You know, like marriage, kids, all of those end of life goals. Like I just don't think that even though maybe he's in a relationship, a new relationship, I just don't think he can shake the feeling of you and he's having a hard time letting that go. He's still trying to look for ways to stay connected. That's just what I keep getting from this reading. I think that he still feels like there's potential here for the relationship. With the Ace of Wands, this screams potential. This screams like beginnings and just like the start of something new. And then we have the Page of Wands, which is the energy of being kind of very, where am I going with this? I'm sorry, not Page of Wands, Page of Swords. I think that he's just really restless, honestly, because the Page of Swords is about being talkative. And so, like I said, I think he's just looking for ways to communicate with you. How does Jay feel about Breezy? If you are having feelings about Jay and wanting to know if you should break this block, though, you're getting messages here. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. So I'm wondering if maybe that's a message for you to say, did you block him for a reason? Is there a reason why you've cut off communication? Find out what's important to those you love and act on it. You said you've been feeling that? What's important to you? What do you want from this? I feel like if you want Jay, if you want that connection, if you're wanting to have that potential, you want to communicate, if you feel like you guys can start over, I feel like the option is there, because there's a lot of like new communicative, talkative synchronicities. I feel like he's trying to find a way to get back into your energy a little bit here. But I think that you have to decide, you know, is this what you want? Because I don't think he's completely taken you out of the equation. I don't think he's completely made you like not an option. Even though you've blocked him and you've said, you know, I'm completely cutting off communication with you, I don't think that I don't think he thinks it's over. He still sees you there in the end for some reason. So that's what I have for you, Breezy. Also, if the number 14 or 11 is significant, I just wanted to point that out. Those are numbers on your oracle card. Yeah, you don't think you want it anymore. To be honest with you, I think that was kind of the vibe I was getting doing this reading, is it's probably not the best for you to go back, you know, walk away. But at the same, you know, absolve yourself of the past. But at the same time, you know, you have the free will. It's only my job to try to help interpret and give you as much clarity as possible. I don't want to tell you what to do. You're welcome, Breezy. All right. So, do we have any more donations? Vanessa donated. Thank you, Vanessa. What's your question? What does the future hold for Atticus and you? We split 3 months ago because of long distance. We reconnected after 2 months of no contact. Okay. What does the future hold for There's a lot of great things for you guys in the future. I think the main thing is here, the advice is communicate, okay? If you guys are still long distance, especially, because I think that with long distance, there harbors insecurity, because you can't exactly see what the other person's doing, where they're going, what's happening. You don't have that comfort of being around that person all the time. And so we have the moon here, which indicates, insecurities in that way. And it's all self-imposed. It's all like you in your mind, and you're thinking and you're wondering. And it may not be you specifically. It could be Atticus that's doing this, or it could be you both are doing this surrounding the relationship. It could be insecurities and wondering, questions like this. What does the future hold for us if we live far away from each other? So, or maybe there's insecurities that were created from the previous relationship, from the previous one that you guys had, that you guys need to try to heal from and move forward from into the future. But he said, we're still split. We agreed to remain friends. He also told me he's moving for work another 700 miles away. I think that you guys are going to have these breakthroughs with this communication. I don't think you guys are going to let go of each other, to be completely honest. Vanessa, I think that you guys are going to come together in some way. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck here is growth. Okay, so we have the divine feminine energy kind of surrounding you guys. And this is about, divine feminine is about being creative. It's about thinking of ideas, finding, it's inspiration, it's passion, it's art, it's basically putting all of these thoughts together of how to make something work. Masculine is where you're actually putting these things to action. But you have a lot of growth here for the relationship. So if you guys want it, I see it happening for you. There's definitely a soulmate kind of relationship between the two of you. So I think that even though he's moving for work another 700 miles away, if you want to make it work, you can make it work. If you want to move where he is and be with him, you can do that at some point. I just think that there's some insecurities you guys have to work through. With the Ace of Swords, though, there's that clarity, there's that breakthrough. The Ace of Swords also indicates victory. I think with the King of Swords, you guys have a lot of the ability to have effective communication and make sure that you guys feel secure and on the same page within the relationship. There's prosperity here. There's manifestation and abundance here. There's appreciation and, feeling celebrated and recognized. And there's synchronicities here, and believing in the impossible. So I feel like almost like within this reading, I'm kind of getting the vibe of like the universe kind of like coercing you guys to like realize you belong in each other's path in this time, if that makes sense. So I think that you just need to trust that if you feel a deep connection with Atticus, that that's supposed to be there, and just keep going on and go through those motions. You know what I mean? That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting from this. You can do anything that you choose. You are limitless. That's kind of going along the lines of what I said. If you want to go, you want to be there with him, you want to move, you can do that. Take a chance on love. It says, when we love, our lives are changed forever. So I just say go with the flow. Go through the motions. see what happens. There's obviously a very deep connection here between the two of you, and I feel like that's something that you need to explore. Be friends for now if that's what you want, but to be completely honest with you, I see a deeper connection that's more spiritual. But soulmates don't have to be romantic per se. Soulmates can be platonic. Soulmates can be just friends that come into your life. But when I see the lovers card, I think actual lovers. I think someone that you're bound to in more than a friend's kind of way. And so that's just what I'm picking up for you for this reading. So that's what I have for you, Vanessa. Thank you so much for your donation. You're welcome. All right, are we back on the free list? Okay. So, Xena wants to know, will Steven and I ever get married? Let's see. Steven and I ever get married? Steven and I get married? Christina, right now the energy is stating that it's more unfavorable that you're going to get married. But it's not completely out of the question because we do have the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is about someone who's very much tied to their emotions, someone who wants to experience love in the fullest capacity. They're very emotionally intellectual and they want to give themselves fully to someone. But then we also have the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is someone who thinks more materialistically. It's not in a bad thing, but they're more set in their ways. They're more slow moving, and they're kind of like, I'm just kind of getting the vibe, especially with the underlying energy here with the Justice card, of someone who's just kind of like balancing the scales, that they're kind of teetering back and forth with their decision. But when I specifically asked yes or no, we got Eight of Cups. And Eight of Cups typically means no. So I'm going with more that it's unfavorable if I were to guess. At the same time, though, all answers surrounding the future are fluid. People can change their minds at the drop of the hat. Everyone has free will. But the energy surrounding the current question, or the current question surrounding the energy that we have right now, I think that we're leaning more towards probably not, if I were to answer completely truthfully, Christina. But I'm saying that it's not completely out of the question because the King of Cups came up, and this is about following your heart, being really passionate, being very loving and generous and emotional, and just wanting to experience love in its fullest form. And that's a very positive card in this reading. But just the first card to come out being Eight of Cups, stating, like walking away from something, and then also just in general meaning like an unfavorable outcome. That's kind of what I'm going with. I just don't want you to harbor on that like as a permanent answer, just because like I said, you know, people have free will. This person can change their mind in an instant. That's what I have for you, Exina Maldonado. You're welcome. Thanks, Luna Moon, for all your help. Alright, so Cheyenne wants a general love reading. Cheyenne, general love reading. Thank you everyone for liking and subscribing. Cheyenne, general love reading. There's something brewing here. I'm not sure what is coming in for you or who. Because for my free readings, I typically just try to do a 3-card draw, but we have death and rebirth, so there's definitely some kind of transition happening here. Hey, Leah Maria, I'm doing good, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing free readings tonight. Donations take priority, $2 minimum. The more you donate, the deeper we go, and typically the more cards you get. So this is for Cheyenne. You've got some transitions happening here. The death card is about transitions, endings, and beginnings. So I'm not sure if you're coming out of a breakup, or if not, that's fine, because what this typically means is that a new start is coming for you in love. We have the Queen of Swords. So this is somebody who is, I don't know, this may be you. That's kind of what I'm feeling, this vibe here. The Queen of Swords is typically an air sign, doesn't have to be, but typically can have the kind of qualities that I'm about to describe. But an air sign is going to be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This one specifically is Libra. But this person's really, really smart, really intelligent, communicative. They just have this ability to just have and hold stimulating conversations. They're a quick thinker, they're very organized, and the thing about them is they're very perceptive. So you really can't BS this kind of person, and I think that because of everything that they've been through, they are a little bit blunt, a little bit cold, and so you may possibly be the kind of person that maybe not so trusting right off the bat because of just the things that you've been through, right? So what this is saying is that just kind of trust into what's coming your way, because we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this is about planting the seeds for what's to come. That the things that you've been through, what I'm feeling is like working your way towards, it's almost like, even though all the things that you have been through right now seem like probably some horrible things, or some things that have kind of shaped you to who you are working your way towards all the best things that are about to come. The Seven of Pentacles is when you're planting the seeds, so that way you can kind of reap the benefits of the harvest, right? So you plant the seeds because you know that these flowers or these plants or these vegetables or whatever are going to grow. And I just kind of feel like you're working towards kind of this new stage in your life, and in love, for your love. We have this underlying energy here of the star, and this is about having that hope and having that belief in your love life. And there's a sense of renewal here and a sense of serenity and calmness that comes with this card. So just believe that you have somebody, whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you want for your life, in your romantic life, is coming towards you in a big way. I just see so many, it's just like this whole reading is just an energy of transitions and new beginnings. And then underneath this card is actually the Nine of Pentacles, and this is actually you enjoying the fruits of your labor that you've planted, which is the Seven of Pentacles. So I don't have a specific answer on like who's coming your way, what they'll be like, that kind of thing, but I'm definitely feeling, as far as your love life goes, that big things are happening. So that's what I have for you. You said you're a Libra? Yeah, so that's you right there in the reading. You've been through a lot in relationships, so the Capricorn you walked away from is coming back. What makes you think that the Capricorn is coming back? Is that something that you've been wanting to happen? You're welcome. Oh, you were asking. Yeah, I didn't see anything about a Capricorn that was coming through. That could be something that we could explore if you wanted to donate, or I do free readings every week. If you wanted to, since you're a subscriber now, we could I could see if maybe the next time I come back, if maybe I grab you again, we can look into it a little further. Oh, he's been in your dreams. Yeah, showing more emotions. That's the thing about Capricorns, man. They're earth signs, right? So they're all practical. They're all about just more focused on like being realistic more than showing how they feel about things. That's usually how it goes with Capricorns. And it's not a bad thing. It's just how they are. Okay, so Tamara wants to know, when Marlon contacts me next week, what will be his intentions? Let's see. His intentions are going to be wanting to start something new with you. So whether you guys have a past or not, this is about wanting to create something, a sense of renewal or a new beginning with you. We have the Ace of Swords, which is about new communication, having a sense of success or victory in a way, or like feeling, um, overall just like feeling like, I'm trying to think, it's not accomplished, but it's just like a very positive card. It's about new beginnings and just having that communication. Almost like a, what am I going for here? There's just something about this card that's just like about clarity. And with the Page of Pentacles, this is about potential, prosperity, abundance. The Page of Pentacles as well could be about trying to manifest something into action, and this is about raw power as well. So I feel like he's basically trying to cultivate something new with you, and that's kind of what his intentions are. But it won't be good intentions. It doesn't seem like it's bad intentions. It seems like it's something new. It's like a sense of renewal. Um, None of it seems bad. Let me see what the underlying energy is. No, the underlying energy is about recognizing, feeling appreciated. That's kind of the vibe that I'm getting. This is another victory card. Um, the only thing that I can think of is that unless the Six of Wands indicates he wants to feel appreciated and have self-confidence and recognition, unless you're good for his ego, right? That's the only thing I can think of. But the Hierophants, when you feel compatible with somebody, you feel like you have some things in common. And so his intentions are basically like, this is someone who I feel like I can identify with. And he wants to come together with you because of that. And then I think the Page of Cups is just indicating this person is going to reach out to you. I'm not sure how you know that, or maybe you got it from another reading, but the Page of Cups is confirmation that this message is coming in. This person's going to be reaching out to you. I think that he just has a lot of like confidence in the impossible. I'm trying to read and catch up where you're typing here. You were confused because you hadn't talked in a while. Yeah, that's good because we both need clarity. I'm going to try not to be petty and be cold how he was. Right, I can feel it. Oh, and you got readings. Yeah. No, there's definitely communication coming in. Absolutely. No, for some reason, there's a sense of like renewal. And by that, I mean, there's just a lot of like new beginning energy, new messages coming in. And what I'm hoping for is just like you feeling appreciated. You know what I mean? And not him just coming to you out of ego. Because this card can be kind of like a selfish card sometimes, but if it's used in the wrong way. But I don't think that's what it is. When I see this card, Six of Wands, I feel like it's where you feel appreciated. If I want to know what his intentions are, I feel like you are going to feel appreciated when he reaches out to you. These are all very positive cards in my opinion. You said you can feel it. You got readings. The last reading came out King of Swords. And the King of Swords but the King of Swords is also communication. It's about holding in, being able to hold stimulating conversation, intellectual conversation. It's about having perspective like the Queen of Swords. And it's not really about like breakthroughs necessarily, but it's about being honest and being truthful. Um, just being overall, like you want clarity, it's about being clear headed and clear thinking and being able to come across the way that you would like to, be able to articulate what it is you're trying to say. So that's kind of the King of Swords. At least to me, that's what that means. So maybe, you know, I don't know what the energy was, like what the other cards were, because a lot of times if that card is up against other negative cards, the reading can mean something completely different, but that card standing alone, to me, can just mean that this person has had a lot of time to sit and think about things and really knows how they want to present themselves and what they want to say. Yeah, you're welcome. Just want to catch up and just make sure. I don't think we have any donations at the moment. Double check. Okay. The donation list is open, guys, if anyone wants to skip ahead. And remember, for the free readings, it's just one question. All right, so Archie wants to know messages from R for me. Okay, Archie, is R a romantic interest? Just so I know what deck I want to use. I feel like R is a romantic interest, so I'm going to use this deck, I think. Okay. The messages here from Archie have to do with healing of some sort. I'm not quite sure healing of what. When we have judgment, we are healing from the past. So we are kind of absolving ourselves from past resentment, past shame, past guilt, anything that's kind of harboring us from being able to move on into the future. With the judgment, it's saying to have good judgment, but it's also stating that, like, if you feel like, if you or she or R feels like they've done something wrong, kind of like my best example is like if you're a parent, okay, and you disciplined your child a certain way, but you know it wasn't the best way, but you were doing your best. But like you think about that night after night, and you're just like, I probably shouldn't have handled it that way. But that kid has moved on. The kid doesn't care. The kid is, 7 years old and doesn't remember what you did when they were 4 years old. But you hold on to that guilt. Or you work every single day and you have that mom guilt, right? But it's like you shouldn't, because you're the best mom that you could be. But it's like you do it to yourself. Like you're making yourself feel bad and you just need to let it go. Like that's the best kind of like example I can think of, is just like the judgment card is about what's holding you back. If you feel guilty about something that maybe someone else has forgotten about, that they need to move on from. Like past resentment, past guilt, past shame, things that maybe someone else has forgiven you and long forgiven you about, but you still harbor that feeling about. Like that's what the judgment card is about. That's like you're trying to heal from that. So like I hope that I'm making sense. Okay, so that's you, Archie. You have a lot of regret about that. That's kind of what that card is representing, and it's like you've got to let that go, okay? In order to be able to move forward. Like we need to release. Stop attaching yourself to that feeling. We also have contemplation. Contemplation is the Hermit card, and this is about going within and really like soul searching and really figuring out what it is that you want. It's like an introspection, being alone and finding that inner guidance within yourself. And I really feel like through that action, you will be able to do this. We have the King of Cups. I think that R is probably your King of Cups. This is someone who's emotionally secure, emotionally intelligent, someone who's very loving, very generous, or maybe that's the energy that you see them in. This is also a water sign, so this person could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Out of the three, it symbolizes Cancer, but it can be any of those. But it can just typically be somebody who possesses those qualities, or like how you see that person. Just kind of emotionally balanced and in control. And I think that in order for you to be able to move past these things, and if this is somebody that you want to be with, I think that Spirit's kind of saying like you have to do these things first, if that makes sense. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck we have is Triumph, which is really beautiful. This is the World. This is about feeling complete, feeling accomplished. And I think that this signifies the two of you when asking about messages from R. I think that this person thinks that you guys can feel complete and that you guys complete each other and that you guys can feel this accomplished sense within the relationship. We also have the Four of Staves underneath this. The Four of Staves is about taking the next step in the relationship. It can signify marriage. It can signify just being together and having that connection and being really happy. I typically don't go down to the third card, but I saw the Six of Cups, and this is about reminiscing on what you guys have together, the memories that you've made thus far, and just being really nostalgic about that. So those are some things that are kind of on R's mind right now. All right, and then I felt called to do a oracle for you, Archie, because there's some heavy energy in here. So we have love is all around you. There's love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge it as truth. So what it's saying is like live in that vibration, in that loving energy. I think that it's probably, there's just this heaviness here with the judgment, with you feeling a lot of regret as far as the past. And I think that there's going to be, you're still going to feel that, but I think that the more that you can recognize it, understand what has happened is in the past, and as long as this person has forgiven you, you can move forward. You know what I mean? You need to release that. Be in the head and the heart space of love. Understand that, like, your actions don't define who you are, and that if this person has forgiven you and still cares about you and wants to be with you and all of that stuff, that, like, it's hard. We're like our worst critics, and like that's the hardest part. So try to forgive yourself, okay? Try to absolve yourself from those things that make it difficult for you to move on. So that's what I have for you, Archie. He completely ignores me, at least this time. I keep getting really bad and really good readings. But I will believe this one. It makes me feel calm and at peace. Aww. I feel a lot of anxiety nowadays. God bless you, Archie. Just come back to this reading whenever you need calmness and peace, and you're always welcome here in this space. And just so you know, the reason that you could be getting bad readings and good readings, a lot of people, when they do readings, tarot readers, they will just do the energy surrounding the question, and a lot of times your feelings can get mixed into the reading. So, like when I asked the question about R's feelings towards you, some of your feelings came into it, right, with the Judgment card. So, just know that a lot of times if you're putting a lot of focus in the intention when like people are shuffling and your energy is really getting in there, a lot of times those things can happen. And also, if R is feeling one way about you one day and then maybe a different energy a different day, those can cause different readings to come out. So just keep the faith. A lot of times that's what can happen there. All right, so the donation list is open, everybody. Minimum $2. The more you donate, the more in depth I go. So if you'd like to skip the list, feel free. Typically for the free readings, I just do like a 3-card draw, and for the donations, I'll add in oracles and things like that. So everyone that is here that's looking for a reading, just post your questions. Sarah So wants to know, what does Islam, Scorpion feel towards me? Will he contact me soon? Because we don't talk much. Sarah, so just so you know, that's almost like two different questions. So do you want to just know what his current feelings are towards you? Sometimes, like if the Eight of Wands comes out, or if like the Page of Cups, that can indicate messages coming in pretty quickly, or like the Ace of Swords, if something like that comes out, that might indicate communication. But typically, your question's kind of like two different questions. So I just wanted to clarify, which one do you want to know the answer to? Okay. All right. Archie says, yes, I understand. You have a really loving and calming energy. Oh, thank you. Okay, Sarah, so we got it. What does Scorpion feel towards Sarah? Okay, Sarah, I will talk quietly. I will talk slowly for you. Give me 1 second. Coming up on my computer. Thank you for subscribing. Sarah, I will talk slowly for you, okay? So for Islam's current energy and feelings towards you, we have the Ace of Coins. The Ace of Coins is about new opportunity and manifesting, which is basically trying to create something with your thoughts and your emotions, and just putting a lot of energy into your thoughts and emotions about something. So With the Ace of Coins, I feel like the feelings towards you haven't quite developed into romantic, I would say. However, I do feel like this person thinks about you. We have the Two of Staves, which is the Two of Wands. And this is about future planning and making decisions about the future. This is about progress and thinking about forward movement. We also have Justice, and this is someone who is thinking about being honest about something and being truthful about something. And we have the underlying energy, King of Staves, which is someone who is passionate and creative and possibly artistic. And that's kind of the underlying energy. The King of Staves can also be, I would just say just overall passionate is what this person is like. So, I'm not seeing very much romantic energy specifically outside of the underlying energy of passion. However, I would say that this person is working towards completely being honest with you about something, being truthful with you, making decisions that something has been on their mind and they're thinking about coming to you and talking to you about it. So it could be that they have feelings for you. To be honest, I'm not quite sure exactly what it is, but you've been on their mind quite a bit. And that's what I've been able to pull from these cards so far. And I hope that that was clear enough for you, Sarah. So I think that you said you guys have not been in much communication, but I would not be surprised if this person comes to you at some point in the near future about talking to you. You're welcome. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining if you are new. Hello, all of the new people here. Nelly, Katrina, if you're new. Taco Cat. Ash, happy Saturday. Remember, free readings are random. All right, so Lexi Ray wants to know, has Kay, my Libra, been dreaming about me as much as I have of him? Let's take a look here. Lexi Ray. I would say it's very favorable that this is the case. The underlying energy being Ace of Cups. We have just overall feelings of emotion and love. This could be your energy just wanting to send that out there. I would say I don't think that this is how do I put it? I don't think this is voluntary of Kay. I don't think Kay is thinking of you on their own. I think they're thinking of you and dreaming of you a lot because you're thinking of them and you're putting that energy out there. So that it's almost like you're tapping into their energetic space, and so they're like you're communicating, if that makes sense. It's like they're feeling you or something. We have the Hanged Man. We have the King of Cups. We have the World. To me, these all signify that he is having these dreams quite frequently when surrounding, like these being the answers surrounding the question that I have. I would say not as much as you. Like, I think if you're having them, like, let's just say 10 times a month, his are maybe like 7 times a month, 6 times a month. But I would say it's happening pretty frequently, and I think it's because he's on your mind a lot, and you guys are like, you're kind of, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah, through like dreams. Mm-hmm. These are all very dreamy cards too, by the way. I just feel like a lot of it is kind of involuntary. If I'm being completely honest, I feel like a lot of it's because you're tapping into his consciousness and like putting it there. But if that's what you're trying to do, it's definitely happening, in my opinion. Um, I don't have specific communication cards, so I don't know how to answer that question. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I don't think that you guys, I don't know. Going by the cards that I have here, I don't know if communication's coming in. I think that you guys are just, I think that you're thinking about this person a lot. Therefore, your consciousness is being put out there. Therefore, because thoughts are energy. And so, because you're thinking of this person, they're thinking a lot about you. Um, and you're dreaming about them, therefore they're dreaming about you. And in that way, I think that there is communication. But as far as like, do you think that you're communicating? I'm not really picking that up on this in this reading, if that makes sense. Yeah, I think you're shifting his energy. Exactly what Luna Moon said. Yeah. If there's something you're trying to do to shift the way he sees you, though, I see that with the Hanged Man. We have a shift in perspective here. That's funny. It could just be about your subconscious, though. I think that sometimes if you're thinking about someone subconsciously, sometimes you don't realize how tapped in you are to somebody, or how much like you really do think about them, even though it's not a conscious thought. And so that can kind of like snowball into something bigger. major closure. Yeah. You're funny. Aw. I wonder if he's dreaming about that too. You know what's funny is that the Hanged Man, a lot of times, like when you're thinking about, like when people want to know like those kinds of questions, like intimate questions and things like that, the Hanged Man can indicate certain types of like positions, if that makes sense, and things like that. So, it's funny that you made that comment because the Hanged Man can indicate kind of like a, well, I don't know where it went, but can indicate kind of like an intimate bedroom kind of situation. We're trying to keep this PG, but you get what I'm saying. That one right there. So. All right. All right, so let's go to the next question here. What's the current energy surrounding O? This one's for Taco Cat. Did I miss a donation? Did someone donate? I feel like I got a notification on my phone, guys. If there's a donation here, can someone let me know? I'm going to check my phone in a minute. Current energy surrounding O, there's a heaviness here, okay? We have death and rebirth. So this is about endings and transitions into a new phase of life. But it can also signify something positive like beginnings, because with an ending, you can also have a beginning. there's a loss, a heartbreak, heartache, painful separation of some sort here, and like a heavy burden and feeling of responsibility. I don't really know who I'm talking about or what this is about, but that's kind of what's coming out here with the cards. We have Two of Pentacles, which is trying to create a balance here with priorities, um, within your life. Maybe time management, creating a balance within your schedule, or the people in your life, or there's some type of imbalance for trying to create a balance within your life with the Two of Pentacles. Um, but I think that the overall message here with the Page of Cups is that the things that are happening the way that they're supposed to be happening. That there is a purpose to this, and trust in this divine plan. Just basically believe in that. The Page of Cups can also signify messages coming in. So I'm not sure if you're looking for some type of communication with O, that can signify that, but it can also signify synchronicities, like paying attention to reoccurring numbers. So in like what those mean to you, like if you see numbers coming up on like the receipts or on a clock or on a license plate or something along those lines, or messages coming to you, divine downloads. Basically just like pay attention to maybe a certain phrase or a quote on a commercial, or I don't know, just like pay attention to the repeating things that you see, a specific animal. What does that mean spiritually? Just that's kind of what I'm getting here. So you said you want to know what's the current energy surrounding O. So I didn't know what O's relation was to you. You just want to know what the energy is surrounding O. So I'm just was a little confused as to what question I'm answering. If the question is vague, it's hard to answer. So how he feels about you, he's probably heartbroken, or he's feeling some kind of a loss from the past with the Three of Swords. I don't know if you guys are exes, or if maybe he has an ex that he's trying to heal from, but the Three of Swords indicates pain from the past that we're trying to recover from. With the Death and Rebirth, I feel like this is a transition that they're going through. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I think that he might be messaging you. I think that he might be messaging you. But we have some there's a lot of heavy feelings here. He feels like this was a really big... Are you guys exes of some sort? There's something heavy here with the Ten of Swords, feeling a heavy burden. There's a very painful separation. And then there's a transition into the next phase of life, an ending and a beginning here. So if you guys are not exes, he's going through a loss of some sort that's kind of keeping his energy off of you, but I would not be surprised if you hear from him, because the Page of Cups can indicate messages coming in and communication. So it's possible that you guys are going to be communicating at some point. The Page of Cups is about messages and communicating. I feel like this person's just trying to prioritize and balance their life a little bit. That's what I've got here. Your former friends. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know what his intentions will be because that's not the question that I asked, but we do have like a heaviness underneath. The This is indicating like a heavy burden. So he might be looking for some closure or some release of that. Maybe wanting to kind of work through the issues that you guys have possibly. Yeah. Yep. So that's what I have. When you asked the initial question, I just didn't know if this was a romantic relationship. I didn't know if this was a friendship. I didn't know if you were just asking the energy surrounding just a person that you knew. So I wasn't sure how to go about answering that. I was just trying to describe the cards that I had. So, but that's what I have for you. And I think I've got some donations here, so I'm just going to take a look at my phone real quick. I know that my screen blacked out. Just bear with me for just a minute. That's okay, Taco Cat. I hope that I answered your question. But you're right, you could say pain. Yeah, separation. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Gloria. Gloria wants to know how Capricorn felt about the video voice messages sent to him. Gloria, what are you doing to this guy? Oh man, you're making him feel so tortured. It's cracking me up. Give me 1 second here. Okay. I feel like so far what I've got here is that this made him feel like initially a little bit more torn, a little more tortured, I guess, because it's making him face things like reality. Um, I think that you're kind of making him see that you're basically saying how you feel about things, or you're expressing your side of things, or whatever these messages were is kind of opening up his eyes a little bit. We have the Ace of Arrows. This is providing a bit of clarity. So I think that for whatever reason, whatever it was that you sent is making him see things in a whole different way. Maybe more clearly, maybe he's seeing your side of things and understanding his options or the situation. There's something about clarity here. And also, the Ace of Arrows can mean like just feeling like overall like just a breakthrough in general. And we have new beginnings. And we have feeling like complete and like accomplished. So I'm kind of thinking that when he received these messages, he's he's with somebody else? Because I feel like whatever it was receiving these messages from you made him feel like he needed to be sneaky. Like he had to hide these messages from somebody, or because we have, oh, okay. This is about being sneaky. This is about hiding things. This is about secrets, keeping things hidden. I think that there's some fear and anxiety here too about making decisions. But I think that he's a little bit more clear about your intentions. So I hope that this is kind of making sense. I think that he knows that whatever decision he makes, he's going to hurt someone's feelings and leave someone feeling left out, feeling left out in the cold, maybe isolated or lonely. Maybe he's worried that's how he's going to feel in the end, possibly. The voice messages ignited his desire. The desire is the Chariot in the tarot, and this is about feeling determined. It's also another sign of victory. So I think that he's feeling more positive about you in some way. The Four of Arrows is about taking the time to really think about what it is that you want, contemplate, rest. When I see this in this deck, it also reminds me of taking time to be with somebody. It's like a couple in bed, so it kind of makes me think that he could be thinking about being with you in that way. We also have Four of Coins. So I think that he's showing you, maybe he's not communicating with you. He's being a little bit more on the reserved side. I don't think that he's fully communicating with you how he feels about stuff, because he still feels like he has a lot to overcome before he can move forward to you. The Seven of Staves is about feeling like you have some challenges up ahead. Is any of this resonating? I hope that I'm making sense because I don't really know much about the situation. I'm killing you. You're funny. So the underlying energy here is the Ace of Staves, which is about igniting passion and sometimes lust. It's just overall like feeling potential and new beginnings and things like that. He said he's not telling you, but you feel it. that you had about him, so I'm spot on. All right, so we have new love, embrace an opportunity for love, prospects for spiritual growth. So it looks like new love. That reminds me of the Ace of Cups card. So I think that he maybe, possibly, be thinking about coming towards you. Have faith, trust your faith in the situation. It's kind of funny when I said that he may be coming towards you, we have that card pop out. Have faith, trust your faith in the situation. So it all depends on how you want this to go. But I hope that that provided some kind of clarity for you, Gloria, in some way. I think, Myra, you are my next donation, if I'm not mistaken. Luna, will you confirm? I'm having to put all the bowls in there because I can't reach over there anymore. Yes, Gloria. By what I see, I definitely think so. That is a yes. All right, so Myra wants to know, how does my ex, you're welcome. How does my ex LR really feel about the letters I wrote to him about my inner emotions and the betrayal he did to me? Okay. Very brave. So, Myra, I'm curious to know, did you tell him that you forgive him in the letter? Um, Despite maybe him asking for your forgiveness, because for some reason he feels so. Okay, anyway, let me back up. I think that he was kind of just living his life, really. Maybe when he did you wrong, he knew he did you wrong, but it didn't really affect him too well or too much. And he just kind of went on living his life. I think that he just thought all is well, all is fine. I don't think that he really realized how much it affected you. Um, the letter kind of came out of nowhere. I don't think that he was expecting it. And I think that it really kind of hit him suddenly and it swiftly and kind of shook things up a bit. Um, we have the Eight of Cups, which is feelings of, I don't know if that's you feeling abandoned and disappointed in him, and maybe him feeling abandoned, or I'm sorry, disappointed within himself. Um, he said he did reply, but I feel it was genuine enough coming from him. He only said that he wished me the best, and he always going to remember me. I did forgive him. Yeah. I just don't think in the beginning what it is that he did to you. I don't think that he fully felt how much it hurt you. We have a lot of like satisfaction, looking forward to the future, celebrating, hanging out with friends. Like, I just don't really think that it hit him as hard as it hit you. And I think that when you wrote the letter, I think that maybe he realized kind of that it did. It shifted his energy a little bit. Something shifted when you wrote the letter. We have the Four of Cups, which is someone feeling just not, they're not necessarily depressed, but they're not happy. They're just kind of feeling, my vibe got killed. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's kind of like, I think that after reading the letter, they just were like, well, crap. I feel like a jerk. You know what I mean? I think that they really realized the kind of impact that they had on your life and what they did. But the reason why I asked if you forgave him was because we have the Five of Coins in reverse. And this is about recovering from, like, spiritual poverty or feeling like a loss. So when you recover from spiritual poverty, it means that if you are, to me, what that means is, like, if you're not a good person or you did something that you weren't supposed to do, or like you're trying to break karmic cycles or things like that, you're basically recovering from that kind of like poverty situation, if that makes sense. And I feel like because of the wrong he did to you, because you forgave him, he feels like he's recovering from that and he's able to look on to a better future, I guess, because he kind of broke that cycle and that he had that closure with you, is kind of what I'm thinking. As far as how he feels about the letter you wrote him, I think that he really does feel bad, because we have the Three of Arrows, which is feeling like pain from something that you don't have anymore, or something that you caused, or something that someone caused you. And so I don't think that he hurts as much as you were hurt, but I think that it hurts him that he hurt you. And so I don't think that he takes what you said lightly, if that makes sense. I did forgive him. Yes, we went our separate ways. He got married after 2 years. He came back. Yes, we spoke, and he didn't realize how much he hurt me. That's what I'm getting, because it's like so much positive energy, having fun, living your life, like having all your wishes fulfilled, celebrating with friends, just like making plans for the future and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, like, tires screeching, halting, like receiving the letter, and all of a sudden just feeling like completely not okay. And I just feel like he was just living his life and not realizing what he did, which is crazy to me that some people can not realize their actions and the way that they affect other people. But all right, so we have a new deck that I'm working with, so I want to read these to you, Myra. Yes, he thought the grass was always greener on the other side. We have body and soul. So broken open to me is just meaning that, like, I don't know, I'm getting like a lot of vibes where you are kind of cracked open, right? And you're really expressing your emotions and like all of the pain that you've been through, and just really being able to endure that and embrace that. All right, so we have broken open. Key concepts: the gift of grief being shattered as a result of loss, the potential inherent in failure. There are situations in life when you see the value of loss, grief, and a broken heart. Yet it's not the pain or loss itself that must be the focus of your attention. No, not even the story of what happened, the details surrounding what has brought you to your knees, as it's important as what results from the experience. Can you see that the situation has broken you wide open, enabling you to have an even greater capacity for love, compassion, empathy, and understanding? You cannot be the same person as before. The only way forward is to move through it without resistance or manipulation, without attempting to bargain with unforeseen forces, because none of your usual fallbacks can put you back together again. If you do fall prey to self-absorption or self-pity, it will just make it harder to get you to the next gradual phase leading to relief. Yet even if you are prolonging the inevitable, you will get there eventually. The gift is in accepting who you become as a consequence of integrating this difficult experience and allowing yourself to be more than you were. This wisdom comes at a high price, but the value of your experience of moving through and to the other side is unsurpassed. Love the you that is the result of being broken open by life's challenges and lessons, which is so crazy because of what we're asking. And then we also have body and soul. By the way, this is number 28, and then we also have number 5. Body and soul is about taking care of yourself, seeing yourself as a complete package, body, not separate from the soul. So remember that you are not a body with a soul, or vice versa. Like, you are one. Centered in your sense of self, comfortable in your body, your authentic identity, and physical health. It's basically saying this is calling you to self-care when you receive this card. And I think that you are taking care of yourself. I don't know when you wrote the letter, but I think that's basically stating to do these things to heal yourself. Check in with yourself. This card is a signal that it's time to take a break from your current focus and get busy taking care of you because you're worthy. What requires your attention so you can function optimally? Another message that this card holds is about how you live with authenticity. Can you be at ease within yourself, you doing you with pride and self-worth? Remember, you're a soul that manifests through a body. a spiritual being having a human experience. And that means you're here. Hold on one second, guys. So I don't know if you guys were here at the beginning, but I was telling you guys that I've been kind of like sick all week, so I'm like losing my voice. But what it's saying is that basically you just have to know that it's important to take care of you, to live authentically. You being here is important for you are precious, you have a purpose. And even though you can forget it some days, it's important for you to just remember that. So sorry that I lost my voice. But that's what I have for you, Myra. You said, I've been trying to move forward with my life and letting go of the past. I know it takes time, but I just get frustrated. It's moving so slow. I just wrote the letter 2 days ago. You're doing a lot of like self-healing and like really feeling and like moving through the pain and I can sense that about you. And my advice is to just keep doing these things. It's only going to be better for you in the future. Um, I actually had a private reading earlier today, and the same thing happened to me. I don't know what is going on, but I feel okay. It's just my voice is doing these weird things. And I think it was really brave of you to express how you feel. Um, and even if it wasn't well received on the other end, at least you spoke your truth and you were authentic. And that's kind of what that card was saying is like, you need to be honest. Even if you wrote it and didn't send it, you still expressed how you felt and you still got it out there. And that takes a lot to just sit with yourself and really think, how do I feel? And just express and vocalize your feelings about a situation. And I think a lot of people don't really take the time to do that, and it's really important. You're welcome. I have tea right here next to me. Like, I drink tea every time. But I have kind of been sick since Tuesday night, and I'm even chewing gum to kind of help too. But I just go through these like spells where I'll just start to lose my voice. You're welcome, Mara. All right, so Marley wants a general for 2021. If you're looking for love, I think it's going to happen for you. I don't know why, I'm getting this message. We got some good financial cards here. As far as the Nine of Cups go, it's just about wish fulfillment. So basically, 2021, just some things that you want to happen, whatever it is that you're looking for. If you need, a job. We got the Eight of Pentacles, for example. This is about working hard towards your goals and what it is that you want. If you are looking for, a pay raise or better finances. Oh, what did I say? New love. All right. That's funny. So this is just a year, I think, of just like your wishes being fulfilled. Just keep on holding that vision. That's the Nine of Cups, is just you being incredibly happy, being comfortable, having that satisfaction. The Eight of Pentacles is where you're working towards something that's important to you, something that's going to make you feel happy and fulfilled. The Eight of Pentacles is where you're working towards something that you can be proud of, that keeps you engaged. I mentioned new love coming in, so this can be either a renewal. If you're already in a relationship, this can be a sense of renewal within your love. In my mind, for some reason, the Lovers card was popping in. I had the image of the Lovers card, but if you're not in a relationship, that can signify just maybe like a soulmate coming in, or just like a new relationship in general coming in for 2021. And basically, the star is just saying wish upon a star. Like, I really think that 2021 is just going to be a year of overall just you being able to have your wishes granted. I don't know. This is crazy. This is a really good reading. This is a really awesome reading. I wish this was mine, honestly. This is amazing. So yeah, I see you working. I see you just overall, whatever it is that you want happening, just you're going to make it happen. So we see finances, a job, love. I don't really know what else to say about that. It's just all good things for you, Marley, 2021. You're welcome. Hey, Vicky. No, it's free readings tonight, donations and free readings. I'm picking at random. I'm not keeping a list. That's kind of how I've been doing it lately, but especially tonight because I don't know when I'm going to need to sign off. I've been kind of feeling not that great all week, so I don't know when my energy is going to run low, so I'm just trying to keep it simple tonight. I'm going to run to the bathroom, guys. Do me a favor. Just keep posting your questions, and I will be back in just a minute.
I ate already.
Hey guys, I think I got a donation. Beauty 2020. Hello. Donations are still open for anyone. What is your question, Beauty? Oh, what's in store for me in December? Let's take a look here. Thanks, Breezy. I'll get to you in just a minute. Thanks, Myra. Me too. Beauty, there's something here about an independent energy. Like, we have the Two of Cups, which is, relationships and being together, but that's towards the beginning of the reading. Towards the end of the energy, towards the end of the reading, I'm sorry, I'm feeling more of like an independent energy, maybe some things becoming unearthed. Maybe some things coming to the surface with the moon. These are about illusions, subconscious, maybe insecurities, things like that, where you're becoming more in your element and maybe more secure within yourself and more independent. Overall, I just feel like you're kind of, for the month of December, I kind of think you're working on yourself a little bit, is the energy that I'm getting, and maybe trying to break away from the things that kind of weigh you down, because there is a mix of energy in here. We have the Eight of Swords, which is about feeling restricted and tied down and kind of isolated, and that's kind of, in all honesty, it's when you're doing it to yourself. No one's making you feel that way, but you kind of are you putting yourself in that energy, and maybe you're not wanting to feel that way anymore. We have the Six of Wands, where you're feeling appreciated. And the reason why I said we're kind of coming out of this feeling of insecurity or anxiety is because the Nine of Swords is coming underneath the moon, and the moon is next to the Pentacles. The Pentacles is kind of where, Nine of Pentacles is where someone's feeling their best self and very independent and just in that really good feeling energy. I'm trying to figure out, I wouldn't necessarily say a breakup has recently happened. I don't know if that's a possibility, but I'm kind of feeling like if you've been in a relationship in the past, then maybe some things are becoming unearthed from that, some wounds possibly that you're kind of working through. That's putting you on a better path and a higher vibration in December. So here we have at the bottom of the deck, Nine of Wands. This is somebody who has a wall built up, and they have been through a lot in their life. They have some scars, they have some wounds. They feel like they've been through it, and they just don't know how much more they have left in them. And the Nine of Wands is just someone who just has their guard up. This is the underlying energy. And I kind of feel like in the month of December, you're making room to push that kind of energy out. You don't want to feel that way anymore. Because the Nine of Swords, we've got some things are heavy on your mind, some things may be keeping you up at night that you're worried about. The Four of Cups is about you could be feeling bored about a certain situation, or maybe wondering if something's ever going to happen for you. Doing basically a general for you, beauty, for December. The Two of Cups is a really good card to come out, though. It can signify a relationship or the beginnings of one coming in December. But I don't, to me personally, when I see this reading, I kind of feel like it's more like you're putting yourself in the head and the heart space of being in the energy and being in a higher vibration, and kind of working through any insecurities, any anxieties, anything that prevents you from being your best self is kind of the vibe I'm getting. You said no new love. That could mean new love, but the Ace of Cups is typically what means new love. I think that the Two of Cups energy is what you want. It's what you're working towards. Beauty, December 2020. Oh, so we have Shining Through, and we have, which is reminding me kind of the Star here, which is about having hope and a sense of renewal. Remember when I said you're kind of like working through things and working on yourself? And you're kind of becoming in that like best version of yourself energy. The Land Between. So this is a new deck that I just got tonight. I kind of want to see what the keywords are. Give me 1 second here. Connecting like the two worlds together to create something better is kind of what I'm picking up on. But let me pull up on this little book here. Self-expression without filters or masks. Authentic communication, being proud of who you are. Shining in the world, refusing to make yourself small just to belong. And then we have being between worlds. Learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be. A time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still is in development, metamorphosis. So I was pretty much dead ringer for like you're going through a process of evolving and change. So that is what I have for you for December, beauty. That's actually a lot to have to go through in December, to be completely honest. You have a lot that you're going through, It might go into January because that's a lot of transitions and changes that you're going through. So Breezy donated. Oh, but Breezy's donating for Vicky. Is that correct? Breezy was a read that I did earlier tonight, and Breezy donated just now for Vicky. Or maybe, hold on, let me see. Yeah, did Breezy donate twice? Okay, got it. Give me 1 second, guys. My camera's going to turn off. Okay. So we're going to answer Breezy's question first for their own rating. What are Ken's current feelings towards me? My camera should be back in just a minute, guys. Breezy, if she doesn't come back, you can do another question, or I can give you your money back for Vicky's question. What are Ken's current feelings towards Breezy? Actually, I want to do the lovers. What are Ken's current feelings towards Breezy? So feelings for you has not changed as far as future plans and um, I think when you have an argument with somebody, if the feelings are real and true and you have an enduring love for someone, you're always going to say an argument's an argument and we'll get through it, right? So I definitely feel like he maybe feel a little bit isolated from you, possibly. Um, with the Five of Coins is someone who kind of feels left out, or there could be a slight insecurity depending on maybe what the argument was about, but overall it's kind of like worrying or feeling left out in the cold or maybe like distant from you in some way. And so Ken might be feeling um, more on the reserve side and not fully expressing themselves and kind of keeping their feelings close to them for fear of like not necessarily scrutiny. I don't know why that word just came to me, but maybe just like not really wanting to be vulnerable, just more on the conservative side. But as far as overall feelings towards you, nothing's really changed in their mind. I feel like, they're still passionate about you. They still, want those things in life with you, marriage, if that's what the plans were, or if you guys live together, they're not trying to move out. If you guys talked about kids, they still want that. Or you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that anything has changed in that way. Um, I just think that they might just, there's something here about being truthful and honest. So I hope that you guys were very transparent about things, or maybe that's just advice for you guys here moving forward. We also have the Magic card, which is the Magician card, which basically states that you guys can get through this, that he believes that you guys can get through this, that you guys have all the tools in your arsenal to create the life that you want. The underlying energy here at the bottom of the deck is Fortune, which is the Wheel of Fortune, which means luck is on your side. It means good luck, basically. So, destiny and things like that. So, I don't really know how big of an argument this was, if you felt like this was a deal breaker kind of argument or what it was, but whatever it is, according to this reading, doesn't really feel like it reshaped his feelings for you in the long run. If that helps bring any clarity to your question. I just think that Ken's feelings might be a little bit hurt. There's something here about feeling left out or alone or lonely. I mean, that could be your energy coming through in the reading, possibly. But I try to set the intention when asking the question specifically on what it is that you ask. So I feel like that's more so Ken's feelings. Yeah, so he might be feeling like left, like abandoned. You know what I mean? That could be that feeling. All right, so we have beautiful and caging, number 14. This is the water element, water energy. And it's saying the prison of guilt, a need for self-inventory, rigorous honesty, accountability, and making amends. So that's what this card is about. Remember I said something about honesty. It's saying rigorous honesty, accountability, and making amends. So that is your card. At this time, you're being called to assess where guilt is playing a part of your life, recognize how it's affecting you and others, and address it so you can release yourself from its grip. So it's about making amends, being honest, and every party being accountable right now in the situation. Number 14 keeps coming out for you today. Wow, that's crazy. All right, so we have Vicky has her question, donation made by Breezy. That was so sweet of you. And then Queen AC will be after that. Thank you so much. So Vicky, go ahead with your question. Oh, I told you 14. Did I really? That's so funny. I don't even remember. We need to look up the number 14, the spiritual number, and see if there's a resonation there. 14 is 1 plus 4 equals 5. So the number, whatever the number 5 means, that's what that breaks down to. And then 14 is also I think it's a divination of 7 because it's 7 plus 7 is 14. So we'll have to look up those numbers. So Vicky wants to know, will I hear from Rich again in the next 10 weeks, or is he finally done with me? All right. Will Vicky hear from Rich again? And then these next 10 weeks. 5 is your life path number. Oh my goodness. So many synchronicities. Well, Vicky, you've got to decide what is right for you, but if I'm going by what these cards say, I think that you are going to hear from him in the next 10 weeks. Um, you can keep pushing the energy away, of course, and you can make the decisions that you want. But it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So if there's something subconsciously within yourself that's wanting him to reach out, like some people are like, you know what, I'm finally done with this person, I'm gonna move on. It is what it is. But they have this like little bit deep down inside that's like, oh, but if he reaches out, or like I kind of want him to. So it's like, I don't know. I'm getting, are you like done for real for real? Because if not, I'm getting this card that's saying this person could reach out to you and it's saying it's happening, that this is working towards you, and if you want it, keep holding the vision because it's happening. We have Ace of Pentacles too, which is about a new opportunity coming your way. Surrounding this question saying, is he going to reach out to you in the next 10 weeks? This is also a favorable yes card, saying that that is likely to happen. The Ace of Pentacles is basically, so like these are very much like manifestation cards. It's all about like what thoughts you put behind things. Do you want this to happen? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I kind of feel like you do want him to, especially with these cards that are coming out. So I would say that it's very likely, very favorable that he is going to be reaching out to you in the next 10 weeks. It's happening, is specifically what this card says. So, and then an offer being made. So that's what I have here. We also have, for intentions towards you, the energy coming from him towards you. This is about like initial fulfillment, collaborating, maybe offer to like take the next step in the relationship, new horizons, balancing priorities, and expressing emotions and things like that. So that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here. The underlying energy here is Two of Cups, which, as you all know, is my signifier for twin flame relationships. If not, at least soulmate or like deep karmic relationships between the two of you. There's definitely some kind of like soul contract here between the two of you. But I view this as twin flames, so it could be why you guys are continuing to try to stay connected in some way. So that's the underlying energy here. I just would I would kind of honestly be shocked if you do not hear from him in the next 10 weeks, if I'm being completely honest. So that is what I have for you, Vicky. You're welcome. Queen AC, you said you had a question. You made a donation. Thank you so much. What is your question? You're welcome. Luna Moon, I'm going to go ahead and close my donation list in about 15 minutes. It's 6:58 where I am, so I guess we could just stay closed at 7:15, the donation list. if that's okay. Queen AC, are you still around? Hey Ash, what's your question? Okay. Okay, so Queen AC was next, Ash. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna get Queen AC real quick and then I got you. Okay, so Queen wants to know, there's a delay in my video. I don't know why that happens sometimes. All right. Will Robert and Queen AC get back together? Let's see. All right. Queen AC, I'm shuffling for you right now.
Will you guys get back together? I think that's a decision that you guys have both not made yet, to be completely honest. Maybe it's something that you desire, but not sure if it's something that Robert has decided on. We have the Seven of Cups, which indicates a lot of choices that someone has or options. I think this is something that we think about a lot. So either you or Robert or both of you, Queen AC, you guys are thinking about, maybe even daydreaming about the possibilities of what it would be like if you guys got back together. I'm not sure if you guys are in communication, but if not, if you are, you guys could be communicating about, you guys could be planting those seeds about what it would be like if you guys did. But if you're not in communication, the Seven of Pentacles could just mean that you're trying to manifest this into reality. I think a lot of this is on. Actually, you know what? I'm changing my mind. I don't know whose decision this is. It could be kind of mutual between the two of you to decide. The Queen of Swords is about having perspective and really trying to think about things and come to a decision. So, whenever we're asking questions about the future, a lot of times if a decision, actually every time if a decision has not been made, then we're going to have an undecided answer. But as far as his intentions towards you, we have the Six of Staves, the Queen of Cups, Princess of Staves, Two of Cups, Grace in Reverse, King of Arrows, and Queen of Coins. I feel like this person appreciates you a lot, views you as someone very emotionally stable and secure, generous, passionate, adventurous, free spirit. I think that they look at you as their other half, their soulmate or twin flame. And I'm not sure if you're a water sign or if you're air sign or vice versa with them. But we have those heavy influences within this reading. But there's some imbalances here with the Grace card in reverse, which is the Star. It's stating that there's a lack of faith or discouragement here. And the Queen of Coins is like a lack of
like kind of like an imbalance within commitment of some sort. And I think that's where the discouragement is coming from, and also not knowing whether you guys are going to get back together or not. That's why I'm having a hard time seeing if this is going to happen for you. What's pretty clear is that you guys have a very significant connection between the two of you. With the Two of Cups, this is a well-established attraction and relationship between the two of you. I just don't think that many people come across relationships like the Two of Cups very often. So it's like when you have this, it's really hard to disconnect from this kind of connection that you have. It's not even a soulmate connection. I call it a twin flame connection. I think more people are learning about this as the years go on. That's the Two of Cups to me. There's a block. There's a block here with the stars. There's a lack of faith, some kind of discouragement, a lack of commitment or imbalance in commitment, instability. There's something here. I don't know what went on in the relationship, but let's see. Maybe I can get some more clarity with Oracle. We have Earth School, Life Lessons, Soul Growth, and Higher Learning. And that's reminding me of the Two of Cups. So it's almost like karmic lessons between the two of you. Perspective. Zoom out and find common ground. I wonder if you're an empath of some sort, because we have empathic qualities here coming out, which I don't think has anything to do with the reading. But nothing else is coming out for that one. So we have the results of hard work, an idea or consistent thought manifesting into form. the relationship between the external world and the internal world of feelings and beliefs. So remember earlier when I said it sounds like someone may be manifesting something into reality, doing a lot of daydreaming, putting a lot of thought into something. I think that's what's happening here. So, you know, Queen, I'm having a hard time giving you a specific answer, giving you specific clarity as far as like, are you guys going to come back together? What I can tell you is the advice card here is keep thinking about it. Tie it to emotion. If you guys want this to happen, or if you want this to happen, keep putting out those loving thoughts and those loving energies and those loving vibes. Think these thoughts. Have that new perspective. Understand that you guys are connected in a deeper level and have that faith that you guys, if you guys are meant to be, that it will work out. I wish that I could answer and tell you if you guys are actually going to get back together, because no one's actually made that decision yet. But what I will say when it comes to Two of Cups, twin flame relationships, one person tends to push away and the other person is usually more certain. So if you know that you're the one that's more certain about the relationship than this other person, trust and have faith that they'll come back to you, because the Two of Cups twin flame relationship, that's usually how it is. One pushes away and one pulls the other person closer. The way that they feel about you is very powerful. They think that you're a very loving, generous person. They care about you a lot. They appreciate you. They feel this deep connection. They see you as this passionate, free spirit. And I would say that maybe there's just something going on, or a disconnect within themselves, or some kind of block. Just to summarize kind of what I see here. If you want to come back on a different day or something, we might be able to look into it a little bit further for you to see if maybe the energy has shifted at all, or maybe they've made a decision and things have changed. But that's what I have right now for you. You think you are empathic? So let me read to you what that one says here. These are some new decks that I got tonight. My boyfriend got me 3 new decks for Christmas, but he said that I can open them early. So I have not had a chance to really fully connect. I activated them tonight, but I just want to read this to you. Empathic Starseed. How can you take better care of yourself energetically? And it says that you're here to shift the world through physical presence alone. You don't need to do anything beyond just being here, thanks to your energetic charge and your physical presence. Due to your highly sensitive nature, you can struggle with being on earth and in your physical body. You are prone to addiction and depression, or you can tend to mistake other people's feelings or moods for your own. You can be a natural introvert or tend to prefer spending time alone or in small groups. And crowds can be overwhelming for you. This card appears, consider lightening the load energetically. Don't put yourself under such pressure to go out into the world. Be gentle with yourself and allow extra time and care to recover energetically. If you're feeling pressured to keep up a certain pace, instead, put on the brakes and treat yourself like a precious baby. Do whatever you can to take the pressures of the world off your plate. Switch off to switch back on. In today's world, it's normal to feel that we should be doing more, but perhaps being present in our life is enough. This could be a phase you're going through, or simply how you're being called to live your life. If your work involves giving to others, right now you're being called to keep something for yourself. You don't need to transmute it all. It's okay to look after your own growth and healing before feeling you should offer it out to the world instead. And indeed, it's necessary if you want to continue to do so sustainably. So it's basically calling you to ask how you can take better care of yourself energetically. What I think is really funny about tarot and asking Spirit for help and guidance and trying to get clarity is that sometimes you ask a specific question and they're like, you know what? They're here, they showed up, And this may not be the question that they ask, but I'm going to throw that out there because that's something that they need to know. So Queen, for whatever reason, this fell out of the deck. I don't know how that resonates with you, but that was something that you needed to know. And so I hope that that helps you in some way. So I wanted to see, I think that was it for the donations. Is that right? That's right, Ash. Thank you. So you wanted a general, was it a general? Let me go back up. Ash wants a general for the upcoming week. Okay. Thanks, Ash. All right. If you've been feeling restricted in some way, or if you feel like you need a release of some sort, I feel like that's coming to you, especially emotionally. It's funny because for whatever reason, I'm getting like the vibe that like I'm laughing because it's like it makes me feel like the time of the month is coming your way, but it's probably not the case. But I don't know why, but I'm just like feeling like a lot of like emotional overload, and that's just what I think of. But anyway, I just feel like there's a lot of release. If there's been like a restriction or some type of tension or something like that, I feel like you're coming out of it. We have the King of Cups, which is feeling more stable emotionally, feeling more in control. You're just feeling just more balanced. Ace of Cups is about, it is about overwhelming, or not overwhelming, but overflowing emotion, but it's also about feeling controlled up against the King of Cups. I think that you might have some, you're welcome, Queen. I think that you might be having some ideas coming your way this week. This is a lot of creative energy. This is a lot of divine feminine this week, which is why I was saying it was reminding me of like the time of the month. I don't know why. I'm getting a lot of like Luna energy, okay? Like a lot of like divine goddess, feminine. I feel like if I kept shuffling, Empress would come out or something. There's just like a lot of creative vibes, having vision for things. So some ideas might start coming your way, or some plans for things that you might want to start doing. You might start making lists for things for the future. There's some healing happening this week. That may sound like a lot for your schedule for this week, but that's kind of what I'm getting here. All very good things. Don't be surprised if you just like start feeling emotional about things. But overall, it's a very controlled. I think you might start feeling more vulnerable, but it's going to feel good to you. You've been in a creative block for a while. Hopefully it'll be, yeah, I think there's going to be some clearing. If you've been, I think this might be the block, the restriction that you've been feeling here, and that's going to be clearing up. All right, so here we go. Some future plans. Making plans for the future, kind of what I was talking about here with the vision. Judgment came out again, so it's just some more healing, okay? You're just going to be feeling like maybe some, whatever it is, maybe the healing that needs to happen, or like any blocks that you have is going to be clearing up and coming through in a creative way. Things are just going to be overall moving forward for you with the Knight of Wands. This is about things just action-oriented, communication, things just moving forward. Luck is on your side this week. I think you're going to be feeling more energetic. There's a lot of feeling vibes. Oh, here we go. We have endless possibilities. And the machine. Number 38 and number 3. So we have unlimited potential, moving beyond limiting beliefs, and the filter of an unhealed past. Can we talk about that for a minute? What did I just say? Unlimited potential, moving beyond limiting beliefs, and the filter of an unhealed past. Using your awareness to discern what is possible and having the courage to leap beyond that. And then we have the machine. Sorry guys, my throat is doing weird things. This is about lessons learned. It says inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. Honoring the past without being trapped there. So this is about absolving yourself from the past and moving forward. That's the Judgment card. And remember I said that it came out twice. So we're doing a lot of healing from the past. So I don't know what this is about, but we got some oracle cards that are clarifying that. So I don't really know how. That's so crazy how spot on that is. It's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. This is a new deck that I got tonight, and I'm already just so blown away by how spot on it's connecting with my tarot readings and blowing me away. So that is what I have for you, Ash. Looks like a good week. Oh, career related? That would be awesome. Luna Moon, is that it for the donation list? You're welcome. Just be prepared for an eventful week. Maybe not physically, right? Maybe not like in the physical world, but definitely mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Just be prepared for, I think, just a release. Honestly, I don't think it's going to feel heavy this week to you. I think it's just going to feel relieving. It's going to feel good. Yeah, exactly. All right, and Raymond is a donation. And that's the last on my donation list, is that right? Thank you, Luna Moon. Anne, are you here? Oh, when will I meet my romantic soulmate? When? Let's see if I can get a when answer for you. The soulmate questions, a lot of times, sometimes Spirit doesn't want you to know, so they are not very specific because that's such a significant encounter that they don't want you to know. So I will do my best. Let's see here. When will Anne meet person in romantics? When? When? 2, 6, when? All right, I'm gonna reshuffle because that's literally 3 different suits. That was saying anytime between 6 months and 5 years. So we're gonna try this again. Hold on one second here. Yeah, absolutely. if we're going with pentacles being months, because sometimes pentacles can signify months versus years. I mean, and it just depends on how young you are. If you're like 18 years old, it really could be 7 years from now, right? But if you're older and you haven't met them yet, I really don't think you're going to be waiting another 7 years, is my personal opinion. So I would say that if we're going by what they're revealing, it could be within the next year. Because if we're going with pentacles meaning months, that it could be anywhere within the next 6 months to a year. Because the first one indicated 6 months, 5 months, 7 months, that kind of thing. So I think that it could mean, oh, you said you are 18. Oh my God, how did I guess that? Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I know. It's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I really feel like it could be in the next year. But at the same time, that was hilarious. And I was just like, it could be 6 or 7 years from now. The Page of Pentacles, you know, with like a single pentacle, meaning like a year. I'm thinking, you know, I would not be shocked if it was in the next 6 months to a year and you know, that was your romantic soulmate and you spent the next, you spent your life with this person. But the cards that were coming, because like the very first card that came out was the Six of Cups. And I know for a fact that that's months, right? So it's very possible it could be within the next year if I'm going by what the card says, but I feel intuitively that Spirit was being very wishy-washy with the answers. I wasn't getting like consistency in the cards when I was shuffling. So I would just go with 1 year, but don't focus too much on that because I wouldn't want to let you down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Luna Moon. That could be what it is. You get married in 6 years, right? All right. When will Anne meet the romantic soulmate? When will Anne meet the romantic soulmate? So, that was not supposed to be. Yeah, you said more time to get to know them. I mean, the cards that are coming out is indicating summertime next year. Oh, that's pretty powerful. That card says you're not alone. Physical connection. It almost looks like you and your soulmate are like connecting to each other. It's almost like he's coming in or something. Or she's coming in. And then we have wait. It is not yet time. Things are being woven. So I guess Spirit is saying, you know, they're giving me the best idea that they can, but I think that they want to leave an element of surprise, I suppose. If I were to guess, I would say within the next year, probably sometime over the summer. But to be completely honest with you, if I'm going to be transparent as a reader, I don't feel very confident in those answers because I felt like I was getting wishy-washy, wishy-washy answers. What I do feel confident in are these cards here. It is not time yet. Things are being woven, and that you are not alone in physical connection. And like something about this picture makes me feel like you are connecting with your other half in this picture, and that just keep thinking about them, keep focusing on them, just keep asking them. Just say, you know, I'm ready to meet you. Like I'm ready to connect with you. Just meditate and just say, just talk to them, and keep bringing them into your energy. And I feel like that honestly is what's going to attract them to you. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about that. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So Luna Moon, my moderator, do you have a question you'd like to ask? Love and light to you, and thank you for donating. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you back here again. You're welcome. All right, what does you want to say to Luna Moon? What do you want to say? It's so funny because that card fell out and I put it back and then it came out again. Guess it really was a message. Hmm. Are you in communication with you yet, Luna Moon? We have the Tall Tale is not necessarily a good card. But it's not necessarily a bad card. It's basically like not being honest about things, not being like true to yourself. We have a tall tale here, so it's basically someone kind of hiding behind things, right? So maybe someone being in denial about how they feel. So if they feel for you, not being honest about that. Concealing the truth, right? Fear-based communication. Creating a narrative to hide behind. So there's a light side and a shadow side to this card. Not allowing the fear of what others will think to influence your words. Learning to communicate from a place of authenticity. So that's what this card is about. It says, today ask for the truth. The truth will set you free. So if it's what you wants to say to you, he wants you to ask for the truth. He wants you to ask for transparency. You said no contact. Okay. We also have 27, Grand Symphony. Inclusivity, being a part of the whole, removing bias, seeing interconnectedness of it all, knowing that everything you do has a consequence, unity, consciousness, the end of vision. So there's a connectedness that he feels towards you with the Grand Symphony, like an interconnectedness. And then we have the Royal You, which is sovereignty, responsibility, self-confidence, self-rule, ownership of feelings and actions, a quiet sense of empowerment, being self-aware, not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth, expressing personal sovereignty in life, feeling comfortable in your own skin, knowing who you are. This is a lot about being very authentic. My. Let me keep going, because I want to try to connect the dots here and try to figure out what is he trying to say. What do you want to know? What does you want to say to me? I feel like he's coming towards you. I feel like he's saying he's coming towards you. That there was this conflict inside of himself. This is about being authentic to yourself. This is about being the best version of yourself. But all signs are pointing towards heading your way. what's holding us back from being our best authentic self? The devil, right? Oh, now it's all making sense. All right, so these are his intentions with you. Because I knew that he was working his way towards you, so I was waiting for this card, but this is kind of where he's looking right now, to the devil. And that's about basically all of the things that are holding you back from being the best version of yourself. These are things like negative thought patterns, bad habits, addictions, sexuality, lustfulness, materialism, basically all the things that are tying you down, all of the earthly toxicity, all that stuff. And he's kind of facing in that direction, right? He's holding a torch for those things right now. It's stopping him from being the best version of himself. He understands this conflict. There's something holding him back. I don't know what it is, Luna. I'm not sure what specifically is holding him back, if it's materialism, if it's just he's in a funk right now and he's just being selfish. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something here tying him down. But all of these cards, what he wants to say to you is he's working his way towards a more authentic self. And I think that he's working his way towards you. That's kind of what I'm getting from this. Luna Moon, what is your sun sign? I can't remember. Oh, his wife? Okay. Well, that could be it. It's causing an inner conflict here with that. But he's working his way towards being more authentic and understanding what's important, and he's releasing that. There's an underlying energy and focus at the bottom of the deck, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This is typically an earth sign, but it is someone who he views as being very down to earth, practical, but very nurturing, very warm. I think that this is somebody who gives him security and gives him good feelings. So if this is someone that you think he's viewing as you, this is the underlying energy. Or this is where he's trying to work towards, is being with someone who's more in this kind of energy. Oh. Yikes. Jeez. So that could be what the royal you is about: responsibility, ownership of feelings and actions, being self-aware, and not allowing outside influences out of alignment with your truth. So maybe he's trying to pull away from that toxic situation and not allowing it to influence how he really feels about you. Being more objective about the situation and realizing what he wants. Knowing that everything you do has a consequence. I think that's why the Grand Symphony came up, because he's struggling, because it says he's having a hard time because he wants to be selfless and put we before me. And you said something about his kids. That's a tough one, Luna. You know, your kids are your everything, and yeah, it's not bad, but it sounds not bad. Yes, very bad. I'm so sad that the toxic behavior is one. I think that he is working his way towards clarity. I think that he's understanding what it is that he wants. I think that he's focusing on removing the toxicity from his life. I think that he's starting to understand the patterns. I think that his kids will be first and foremost in his life no matter what. But maybe he's starting to understand that, I don't know, he can have both, you know, break free, exactly. What I'd love to see is like an 8 of Swords in reverse come up in another reading. Or like a 10 of Swords in reverse, or just something indicating recovery or release, or like a Judgment card, healing and moving forward for him. Real heavy stuff. But I think that what he wants to tell you is that he's recognizing these patterns, that he's recognizing what it is that he wants, what he doesn't want. Of course, you two have to decide how long you want to hold out. This is someone you want to wait for. You two have free will. But that is what I have for you, Luna. Is there anyone left in the chat that wants a yes or no question answered real quick? Because I can do a quick yes or no for you guys. You're welcome. I can do some one card draw, yes or no. There'll be likely or unlikely, favorable or unfavorable outcomes. Anybody? I'll just do a couple free readings real quick, yes or no questions. One card draw. And then I'm going to sign off because I am not feeling good. let's see here. Oh, will your husband be back or not? Okay. This is for Poonam. All right. This is for Poonam. It looks like this is a unfavorable, unlikely outcome that your husband will come back. With meaning behind it, we have the Seven of Swords, and this indicates deceit or some sort of sneaky behavior. Maybe a betrayal of some sort, or someone trying to get away with something and not being completely honest or truthful. So I'm not sure of how that resonates. Take with that what you will. But as far as the one card draw, it does not look favorable at this time that your husband will be back. For Antonella, will my ex Virgo try to come back? Let's see. Will Antonella's ex Virgo try to come back? Yes. It looks like that is likely that Virgo will try to come back. We have the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups signifies unified, coming together, partnerships, attraction, relationships. It can even signify twin flame relationships. So if you feel a deep connection to this person, I would say that that is a very good indication that this person is going to come back. The Two of Cups is a very favorable outcome, a very likely outcome, but this is a yes to your question. That was for Antonella. For Jasmine, does Clarence truly love me? For Jasmine, does Clarence truly love me? We have the Nine of Wands. I would say that this is favorable that Clarence does truly love you. But this card does signify that there's a lot of hurt coming from Clarence's energy. Got to be careful with that, because not that this is a bad thing, but it's just something to be aware of, that Clarence may be really wounded or have some scars or something like that, either from the connection with you or from past relationships, so that they're bringing that energy into the relationship with you. So they're cautious, okay? That's not to say this person isn't an amazing person, or that they can't truly completely open themselves up to you. I do feel like Clarence really loves you, but I think that there's a block or a guard up or a wall in some way that maybe needs to be addressed. So I would say yes, it's very favorable that Clarence does truly love you. I feel like this is a yes card to me. But I feel like Clarence is not being completely vulnerable and completely letting their guard down. I feel like they're loving you as much as they can at this time, but there may be some wounds that need to heal or something. They can be a little bit more vulnerable with you. You're welcome. Zara wants to know, does S love me? Does S love Zara? All right, we have the Eight of Wands. It is very favorable that S loves you. I would say that this is a yes, Zara. Not only that, but these feelings are coming in hot and quick. Eight of Wands indicates speed, action, movement, swift change. So I think when it comes to these feelings came in fast and out of nowhere, kind of like a whirlwind. I don't think that S was expecting the feelings to hit as quickly as they did. That is what I have for you, Zara. You're welcome, Poonam. Thank you. Love and light to you, Poonam. All right, so yes or no question for Aqua Yazzie. You're welcome. Is my Aquarius still interested in our connection? Yes or no? Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles. I believe so. They are still interested in the connection. I believe that your connection gave them initial fulfillment. I think that they felt very close to you in way of feeling like you guys were really good friends and you guys could build off of that. Specifically with this card, the number 3 signifies expansion and being able to move forward. So I would say that it's very likely that this person is still interested. This card does not signify romantic feelings per se, but it is only a 1-card draw. So I would be interested to see how things were to go in the future if I were to do an additional reading for you. But I would say that there is still interest in the connection. There is definitely like a bond between the two of you, and they feel this connection with you in some way. So I would say yes. That was for you, Aqua Yazzie. Basharat wants to know, will the Pisces make a love offer? The Empress. The Empress signifies yes. So it's very favorable that this is going to happen for you with a love offer. It indicates that the Pisces looks to you as someone who's Basharat. If you are divine masculine or feminine, I'm not quite sure what your energy is. But the Empress indicates that this person views you as feminine, so I'm going to go with feminine. If not, maybe that's how you view them. But this is a very beautiful, abundant energy. It's like goddess energy, and they view you as someone that they could grow with. So, knowing that this is the energy surrounding this, I would say that this is very favorable, that a love offer is going to be made, especially when growth and abundance is the underlying energy of this card. It's also indicative of the number 3, which is about expansion. So that is what I have for you. So yeah, he views you as a very beautiful, divine being, very goddess-like. There's a definite attraction for you. Let's see, Lala wants to know, will RNP contact me this month? RNP contact Lala this month, yes or no? You're welcome. Lala, it's very favorable that this will happen. We have the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups indicates wishes fulfilled, you having happiness and satisfaction with this outcome. That is what I have for you. This is a favorable outcome. You will be contacted this month by your Sagittarius, okay? Just keep wishing on that. Wishes fulfilled here. Mona wants to know, does S want more than friendship? S want more than friendship with Mona. You're welcome. Does S want more than friendship with Mona? All right, so we have a yes card for you, Mona. This is very favorable and likely that S wants more than friendship with you. We have the World. The World indicates feeling complete with you. Feeling, it's almost like an accomplishment in a way of feeling like they found you and it feels great to have found you. They feel like, you know, when like you feel like you found your person, you feel like everything makes sense and you have purpose. It's like you feel complete, like that kind of thing. So that's what the World is, right? You feel like you have that closure, like you've met that person. That's kind of what this card signifies. So Mona, I would say that it's very favorable that S wants more than friendship with you, with the World card coming out. Gabby, right now, I do free tarot readings and I do donations. Right now, I'm just doing free yes or no. Yeah. But I can do a quick yes or no for you, Gabby, since you're the last one in the chat that's asked a question. But then I'm going to hop off here. You're welcome, Mona. So, Gabby, if you have a yes or no question, I can answer it real quick, and then I'm going to sign off because I'm hitting about 4 hours. Does Sam like me? Okay. Okay. You're welcome. All right. We have the Knight of Swords. That indicates that it's very favorable that Sam likes you. Not only that, but the Swords is a air sign. So if Sam is a Libra, this would indicate his suit. This is someone who's very action oriented, very communicative, forward moving. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you hear from him soon. This is about communication, mental thoughts, things like that. So this is a very positive card for your question. I would say that it's very likely and favorable that Sam does like you. This is a yes card for you, Gabby. And then if there was any question, this is also confirmation because it's an air sign. It's an air suit. So that is what I have for you. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thank you, everyone, for the donations, everyone who subscribed. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe because I do go live every week, a couple times a week. And it will notify you every time that I go live. I do free readings pretty much every single time. So that way I can try to help as many people as possible. And if you can, make sure that you like this video if you liked your reading. I really appreciate it. I value everybody who helps support my channel. You guys mean so much. Thank you, Luna Moon. I'm going to get some rest. I will be back next week. Thank you for helping me out. You guys have a great night.